has been so befuddled and clouded on all the issues. Like I say...
Yes, you have this Illuminati elite that sits above every group playing us all off against each other.
It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. I wanted to say, Alex, you should know that my wife and I, on all of the issues, we agree. I never call talk radio in I don't know how many years, 25 years of 30 years of political activism. Your show is the only show that I will call because you're the only one, even though I don't agree with everything you say, and I'll tell you why. It's because some of the information that you get is from these Israeli newspapers like Haaretz, and for you to read that newspaper, Haaretz, and think that you know something about me, a Jew living in Israel, would be akin to me reading something in the New York Times and thinking that I understand something about Alex Jones.
Why would Haaretz come out and admit that Israel stages terror attacks?
I'd have to see the specific article that you're referring to. I think that anything that Haaretz does is for their own self-serving New World Order.
Well, listen, call back on another day and we'll spend more time. Appreciate your call. Good to hear from you from Israel. More calls straight ahead. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
More than 700 chemicals have been found in our drinking water. And did you know that you have greater exposure to these chemicals while taking hot showers than when drinking the water? That's because many chemicals are inhaled when they evaporate and others are absorbed into the skin. The KDF Dual Media Shower Filter works with both hot and cold water, and it's designed to reduce chlorine, lead, mercury, and iron, and it inhibits the growth of bacteria, mold, algae, and fungus. The KDF Dual Media Shower Filter typically lasts 10,000 gallons or 1 year, whichever comes first. Hospitals, restaurants, and water treatment facilities use this media to reduce chlorine, iron, heavy metals, and bacteria. What about you? Order your KDF shower filter normally $49 for our special price of only $39.99 with free shipping. Call the Berkey Guy and order now by calling 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or simply click on the banner at gcnlive.com to order online now.
May I have everybody's attention, please? I've come with a message of information. 9/11 was an inside job.
Do you like being a puppet, sir? Do you like being a puppet for the New World Order?
How do the American people know that 9/11 was a stage, was engineered by you, David Rockefeller, the Trilateral Commission, the CFR?
Please sit down and shut up. The day that we stop asking questions is the day that we have allowed the seeds of despotism to grow at our own door.
7 years after the attacks of September 11th, a global awakening has taken place.
An inside job? How dare you?
If you know that there's treason going on, you can be held accountable for treason yourself.
All hell is breaking loose on 6th Avenue.
And if the government has not told the truth, in 5 years we will be here on the 10th anniversary of 9/11.
Truth Rising. Download the film at prisonplanet.tv right now or get the DVD at INFOWARS.com. It's now time to take the revolution to the next level.
Are you fed up with all the side effects of chemicals in your shampoos and detergents? Even fragrances can signal some 4,000 separate ingredients, most of which are synthetic. Hi folks, Alex Jones here. Why not go back to basics and be safe with Calben Pure Soaps? They're all natural and you'll save some 85% the money you're spending for your cleaning products now. Marty Schachter founded Calben Soap Company in 1947 and provided products for health institutions. Now, Calben soaps are available to you and me. Triple concentrated for all your cleaning needs, from bathing and laundry to dishes, hair, and more. No harsh chemicals, no animal testing. I use them and love them, knowing they're all natural and safe, and I save big time. Call Calben Pure Soap at 1-800-340-7091. That's 1-800-340-7091. Or log on to 5starsoap.com now for a free catalog. Again, that number, 1-800-340-7091 or 5starsoap.com for all your cleaning needs.
We will cover the ridiculous coronation of the new puppet-in-chief, Barack Hussein Obama, who the establishment is casting as the role of savior. If you just Turn off your thinking cap. Do everything he says. The youth brigades, the troops, the government jobs, the foreign banks openly subdividing all of our infrastructure, the NAFTA superhighways, they will save you. I want to comment briefly on one thing Malachi was saying, and we're going to go back to Mark, Mr. X, Stan, Charles, and others quickly here. These callers all bring up such key issues, though. How do you not respond to them in some detail? And that issue is that everything is so nuanced and complex. You have to have the historical background, and you have to have the modern context, and then try to explain any of it is very hard to do because it oversimplifies. But when I get on air and I say, when you get to the highest levels of the New World Order, you find three things. You find Nazi occultists, you find Zionist occultists, and then you find a group even above that, kind of this Luciferian occult group. People make jokes out of that. Oh, the German death cult. Well, I mean, what is Skull and Bones? What is Bohemian Grove? What is the Israeli Supreme Court building? What are all these obelisks and all this occultism? I mean, we've gone over that. We know what it is. It is the Babylon Mystery School. I mean, I remember 10 years ago getting on air with guests and saying Madonna was doing Kabbalic rituals in front of every one of her concerts. And for 5 years, she's been admitting it. 3 years or so. Why are they obsessed with symbols and numerology and all of this? And then I criticize Israel for sneak attacking the USS Liberty to try to sink it, to blame it on Egypt as a pretext to widen the war in 67, the Six-Day War. Right out of Operation Northwoods. And then they're 100% culpable. But then I mentioned that the White House was involved, parked the ship there, wouldn't let the ship have aid, was clearly involved with Israel doing it. And people say, oh, you're defending Israel, saying the U.S. did it. That's a psych warfare operation, folks. That's mental illness. That's intellectual dishonesty. That'd be like if two guys rob a bank, and I say these two guys robbed a bank, one guy's black, one guy's white. You say, oh, look at you being a racist against blacks, or look at you being a racist against whites. You know, or you're saying the white guy's guilty and the black guy isn't guilty. No, I'm not. I just said two guys robbed a bank. But see how intellectually dishonest that is. Or then I make a film like Endgame, and I show 20 or 30, I don't know, 25 or so examples in the film, in just one little 20-minute segment, of eugenics, killing U.S. troops, our own government, nerve gassing them in test, Israel being paid by the U.S. government to radiate and kill many of the 110,000 Sephardic Jewish children. People say, oh, look at you trying to make people feel sorry for Israel. That's not what I'm doing. I mean, I'm showing how evil the people are that run Israel, that they would do that to their own children. But I show how every government is doing that, because this is the religion of the New World Order, is killing and hurting innocents. These are sacrifices they're carrying out. Look at NASA, how they only launch on certain meridian lines and certain dates, and they admit it's all occultic with the trappings and the mission names, and it's all Masonic. Look at how the military symbols and the Congressional Medal of Honor is a pentagram. I mean, all of this. Our society is inculcated with all of this. And so the caller calls in and he brings up the fact that the Zionists literally funded Hitler. Well, that's declassified. The Milner Group, Lord Milner with Rothschild funding, before Hitler was even on the scene, said we're going to build up Germany, put a demagogue in, have him wreck Europe, then we'll go in and save the day and set up the world government. Out of that, they got the United Nations. They create the crises, offer the solution. So it's not defending Israel to point out that Israel worked with Hitler. And that's on record. It's stating the facts and saying, well, what do we make of this? What do we do with this information? You know, who is the real group in control? What is going on here? And at the end of the day, the issue is, I don't hate Jews, and I don't hate Palestinians, and I don't hate black people, and I don't hate Arabs, and I don't hate Chinese, and I don't hate Russians. I don't like the evil Russian leadership over the last 100 years. 90-something years.